Mercedes-Benz Stadium, one of the great venues in the National Football League, opened in 2017, a $1.6 billion arena. And tonight it hosts the national championship game. Fielding steps back, 9 yards behind the football, position left hash at the 35, hand in the air, and off we go from Atlanta. The national championship, Ohio State and Notre Dame. Harrison does not move from the goal line, and that ball is through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Irish offense, 1st and 10 at their own 25.
It's going to be important here. I want to see what the scripted plays are for Mike Denbrock in this squad. It is going to be telling to see what does he want to lean on here. Because when you see his first scripted plays, he has been so pivotal in showing his hand early, Mike Denbrock has, in what he wants to do. It's going to be interesting in these first couple plays.
Ohio State, the top scoring defense in college football. Notre Dame, the 6th ranked scoring offense. Riley Leonard lines up in the shotgun. Jeremiah Love, the sophomore running back, to his left on 1st and 10. Ball on the left hash. Here's the snap to Leonard. He'll give it to Love up the middle. Bounces around. Stood up by JT Tuimoloau for a loss of a couple back at the 24. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Nothing to go. He tries to go to the right side. Rocco Spindler tries to give everything he's got, but there's nothing there. Love tried to cut back to the left side at the last minute, but JT Tuimoloau is there quickly.
He's been dominant so far in the CFP. 8 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks in 3 games coming in. 2nd and 11, ball back at the 24. Leonard in the gun, Love to his right. Mitchell Evans, the tight end, comes in motion and lines up on the left side of the offensive line. Snap to Leonard, play action, he'll take it himself. Quarterback draw off the middle, he barrels forward across the 30 and pinballs down at the 33. Make it the 32. They'll give him 8 yards, setting up 3rd down and 3.
That's what Notre Dame needs to have happen, is be in these short and manageables. 3rd and 3 is really manageable, especially with Marcus Freeman, who's been so aggressive this year. If you can get to 4th and 1, that would be a tone setter here early.
Notre Dame 54th in the nation on 3rd downs this year, 41%. Ohio State 27th. Notre Dame was 11 for 17 on 3rd down against Penn State in the Orange Bowl. Leonard in the gun, shifts Love out to the right, snap to Riley. He'll run it up the middle. Design, quarterback keeper, and he's got the 1st down. A 5-yard pickup. Leonard takes it upon himself for back-to-back runs, and it's 1st down Irish.
Tyleik Williams tackles him, but like you mentioned, Tyler, it is just quarterback run, and that's what Riley Leonard has talked about. He is willing to give his body for this team.
13:30 to go first quarter. 1st and 10 Notre Dame at their own 36. Ball spotted between the hash marks as Leonard makes his checks at the line of scrimmage. He's in the gun, Love to his right. 2 pass catchers either side of the formation. Claps his hands twice. Leonard the snap. Scanning left. Now looks right. Fires low and out of the reach of Chris Mitchell, who is running a deep in route. The grad transfer from FIU at midfield. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, and Chris Mitchell just had an opening there. It was just a low pass from Riley Leonard that tried to lead him too far and too low. And the FIU transfer hasn't really done all that much for Notre Dame. It would be fitting in the national championship in the last game of the year for him to really break out.
Mitchell was the Conference USA leader in receiving yards last season at Florida International. 2nd and 10 Irish at their own 36. 13-13 to play. First quarter, no score. Love still in the game to his left. A lot of early snaps for Love, who's had a hampering knee injury during this postseason. Here's the snap to Leonard. He looks right, throws it quick into Mitchell. He's got it across the 40, out to the 45. Gain of 9 yards. And again, Notre Dame sets up 3rd and short with a quality pickup. They might actually move the chains, and they will. 1st and 10 Irish at the 46.
This is a Notre Dame drive that you like to see. It shows progression, and it shows everything that Notre Dame has and what makes Notre Dame's offense so difficult to cover. Short passes, quarterback runs, and running back powers off to the left and the right.
That was not a great spot by the officials, but Notre Dame will take it at the 46. 1st and 10. Leonard snap from the gun. He looks left, checks it down. Love in the flat across the 45 outside the numbers, and near the sideline he's taken down by a couple of Buckeyes over midfield. Now Notre Dame gets to the Ohio State 47.5. This will be 2nd and about 3.
Yeah, Cody Simon, one of those tacklers for Ohio State, the first team All-Big Tenor, the Rose Bowl MVP, and really has been the captain of this defense. And for right now, this is a defense that is just getting cut up by Notre Dame. Nothing too large, but it's just slow and steady cuts.
Notre Dame a composed start to the football game. They've got 2nd and 3 at the Buckeye 47. 12 minutes to go first quarter. Shotgun snap to Leonard. Design run again following Jeremiah Love. He bounces around at the line of scrimmage, leans down near the 45, then gets shoved backwards. Forward progress will get him 2 yards, and it's 3rd and 1 upcoming for Notre Dame at the Ohio State 45-yard stripe.
Now Leonard met Tyleik Williams right in his gut. Nowhere to go, and with Tyleik Williams, the 6'3", 327 senior from Virginia, the defensive tackle just sent him right back on to his back after the play. But once again, 3rd and short, very doable for Notre Dame.
Ohio State's entire defensive line consists of all Big Ten team selections. Ty Hamilton, an honorable mention, is the only one that wasn't on one of the top 3 teams. Here's the shotgun snap to Leonard. He hands it off to Love, sweeping right on the jet sweep. Ohio State stands him up and shoves him back in the air. The Buckeyes led up front by Cody Simon again. And Sonny Styles, the junior linebacker, it'll be a loss of 1, and 4th and about 1.5 coming. Notre Dame's offense stays on the field at the right hash. Michigan State and Notre Dame each with plenty to play for on this final day of the Big Ten season. The Spartans currently in a tie for first place with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Minnesota's at Penn State tonight. Michigan State right here at Notre Dame. The Spartans have the head-to-head advantage, so MSU can guarantee itself a share of the Big Ten regular season title and the #1 seed in the conference postseason tournament with a regulation win here tonight. Notre Dame, meanwhile, looking to get head coach Jeff Jackson his 600th career win in his final game as the Notre Dame head hockey coach here at the Compton Family Ice Arena. The Irish will have 2 more opportunities in the first round of the Big Ten tournament next weekend, but those games will both be on the road. Tonight's officials are Colin Cronforst, Jonathan Sitarski, Jake Davis, and Pat Richardson. Cronforst and Sitarski are the referees. Davis and Richardson, the linesmen. Michigan State, coached by Adam Nightingale in his 3rd season. Notre Dame, of course, by Jeff Jackson in his 20th and final year. The Irish will start this one off skating from right to left in their Belfast navy blue jerseys. They're some of the most beautiful specialty jerseys released in college hockey this year. It's all navy blue under the shiny gold helmets. The Book of Kells inspired gold letters and numbers on the back. Irish spelled out in cursive across the front. Michigan State in its home whites with Michigan State written out across the chest. And the puck is down. We are underway. Michigan State wins the draw, moving from left to right, and they'll go D to D to get this one started. They played up the right wing for Tanner Kelly, who finds his man Toomey Manisto into the offensive zone. Quick shot, glove save by the birthday boy, Nicholas Kempf, and he holds on in the Irish crease. Kempfer turns 19 years old here today on this 1st of March 2025. He's making his first start for the Irish since Saturday the 8th of February. It's been 3 weeks for him, as Owen Say has had the hot hand as of late in between the pipes for Notre Dame, but Say wasn't great in last night's 5-2 loss, stopping 33 of the 37 shots he saw. So Kempf is back in there. Michigan State wins this draw to his left and takes a shot from the left point by Patrick Gary. It's blocked down and ends up looping around to the near corner where Mastro Domenico battles Manisto for the puck. 25 seconds in, no score. Spartan holds his own. Gary takes a shot from the high slot. That one's kicked away by Ryan Helliwell, and it goes straight up into the netting, far side corner. And with 19:31 to go in the first period, another stoppage. Another good crowd on hand here at the Compton Family Ice Arena. It was a sellout crowd last night of 5,043. And it looks close to another one here tonight. As Notre Dame gets its top-listed forward line out there for the first time, Danny Nelson takes the face-off against the Wisconsin transfer Charlie Stramel and wins it. However, the Spartans keep the zone at the right point. David Gucciardi, who scored the opening goal last night, holds it in. Now the Irish come out. Cole Knuble dangles down the left wing. He's over the Spartan line. Knuble top of the left circle, looking to center. He can't, so he'll pull up and find Fisher. One-timer left point, stick save, Augustine. As the rebound comes to the near half wall for Danny Russell, and the Spartans are out. Here's Isaac Howard, the leading scorer. His next point will be his 100th for his career as he dumps it into the far corner in forechecks with Russell and Stramel. Spartans have it back at the blue line now. Left point west, right point Basgol shoots low. Kemp scoops it up and holds against the chest with 18:54 to play in period number 1. This is game number 150 all time between Notre Dame and Michigan State. The Spartans lead the series 80-53 with 16 ties. Michigan State, the better team as of late in this matchup, winning 10 of the last 12 games going back to February of 2023. Face off to Kemp's left. Michigan State offensive zone. Spartans win it. Basgol shoots off the blocker, and then it's caught on the rebound by Dorwart with Kemp sliding out of the crease. Fortunately, he had no chance to stuff it in as it went behind the cage. Now West shoots off the lively end wall from the left point. Then it came back behind Kemp follow-up try from the right point goes high by Basgall as the Spartans nearly burn the Irish with those end boards again. And now Henry Nelson making his series debut, hoists the puck out for Notre Dame. Strand dumps it in. MSU scored a goal on a point shot that went off the end boards and hit the back of Owen Say's skate last night. Here come the Spartans back into the Irish zone, 3-on-3. Dorwart will slap it around in the near corner where Halliwell's waiting for it. He'll wind it up the wall to Silanoff and all the way down. Should be icing. And it is with 18:08 to play in the first period. It's something that Jeff Jackson talked about post-game last night. Michigan State plays in a rink, Mon Ice Arena in East Lansing, that features extremely active and lively end boards, and the Spartans are well trained to use them on those point shots. They will shoot intentionally wide several times a game and look for those healthy caroms to generate chances at the crease or even ricochets off the goaltender. And they shot one that went off the wall and behind Kemp, who was out of the crease moments ago. In case you haven't heard, this Florida State offense is really good, among the best in the ACC in just about every category. And well, here's what impressed me about them. The Seminoles have now scored first in 23 of the 25 games they've played, and they can bury you early and just cruise the rest of the way with the way their pitching's gone this year.
Well, yeah, and you can bury them early when everyone in your starting nine is hitting north of 280. So it's like, are you really facing the bottom third of an ACC lineup when you're playing Florida State? Not really.
Cal Fisher, Hunter Carnes, and Gage Harrelson will bat for FSU in the top of the third. 1-0 Seminoles on the solo home run, an inning ago by Miles Bailey. 1-1 count.
There's been some hard contact here against the Irish, but really it's been one blemish. That solo shot from Bailey. Other than that, it's been Moreno being busy at shortstop and some quick innings.
Dell, to your point's done well to keep the pitch count down. Just 19 offerings in the first two frames. The only base runner was on the Bailey homer. Now 2-2. It's about this time a year ago that Riddell really took hold of a spot in the Notre Dame rotation. He was the Saturday guy for most of last season and has become the lead man in the rotation this year. There's a high drive, center field. Back goes Zimbardo, looking up, it is gone. Cal Fisher clears the batter's eye, and Florida State leads 2-0.
The solo shot makes it home run number 3 on the year for the sophomore third baseman, who's really emerged as a solid option at the hot corner. Taking a look at the replay, just getting the barrel on a fastball left a little up.
Can't have much pure contact than that. Sailed probably about 440, 50 feet or so over that black batter's eye, dead central. A 2-0 count to the 9-hole hitter, catcher Hunter Carnes. So back-to-back innings with well-struck solo home runs for Florida State. One on Carnes. He was drafted last summer going into his freshman season by the Arizona Diamondbacks in round 20. He's out of Jacksonville and hammers this one left field. He may have got jammed a bit, so Jace Lee's going to have a play at the wall. One down on a loud first out.
Two solid contacts from the Seminoles to lead off this inning, and like you said, it's Jackson West and Hunter Carnes doing the catching for this Seminoles team, and tonight it is Carnes behind the dish, but when one's not catching, they're playing the DH spot.
Back to the top of the order now for Gage Harrelson, and he rips that one fair down the right field line. He'll have extra bases as the ball clubs against the sidewall, and he will stay at second with a one-out double. Harrelson and the Noles continue to make noise early at the plate.